Yes, it is. Michael Eaves and Kevin Connors with you. The NBA playoff tipped off with 4 games Saturday, capped off by LeBron leading the Lakers against the Rockets without KD, though.
Plus, playoff action underway in the NHL. We had a fist fight 11 seconds in and full coverage of the first night of WrestleMania 42 right now on SportsCenter.
Yep. You know what time it is. It's your boy Big Kirk in the building, fresh off the bird from Las Vegas. I was down at WrestleMania handling my business. I got a belt. Damn it, I got my boy Trick Williams. He gave me a, hey, Eves, you know what he gave me?
What, bro?
A mink coat, and he called his shoes the Lemon Pepper Stepper.
Not the Lemon
Pepper. And he gave me a nickname called the Percolator.
Well, I like that. I like that nickname. Let's talk about this Lakers-Rockets game, though. As we mentioned, no KD for Houston, but no Luka or Reeves for LA. So LeBron and company, what you going to do in Game 1? Up ahead. How about that? 41 years, 109 days old. LeBron is the oldest player with 10-plus assists in a playoff game in NBA history. Lakers had a 2-point lead at the break. But even beyond that, Perk, LeBron is still getting it done in so many ways.
And look, this is unacceptable, though, if you're the Houston Rockets. Come on, we call that daddy ball. That's what I do to my sons in the driveway. Here you go again. 5 or 6 dribbles right here, no help whatsoever. This is what he does at 41 years old.
So the Lakers were up 75-66 going to the fourth quarter, and then LeBron's like, you know what, enough of that daddy ball. I'm going to step from here, counted up 28 feet, that's deep. Lakers up 13, but Luke Kennard, he was going off.
And he was not on my bingo card to have 27 points tonight. I mean, you talk about trust. J.J. Redick got the max out of him tonight.
Game high 27, but
Check
then
this out.
LeBron. Okay, now look, ain't nothing you can do about that. I don't care who you are.
Well, you know he's left-handed though.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay.
That's sure, Perk. He's left-handed. That wasn't left-handed, but that was still silk from the baseline, pulling away. Lakers go big. LeBron goes for 19 and 13, and J.J. Redick and company, they got a 1-0 series lead.
We understood the situation that we're going to be in, and we understand how our demographic of offensively, how we're going to play had to completely change. So we spent a lot of time of this week, the week leading up to this game, honing in on what we need to do offensively, because it's just a different style of how we play now. You know, when you're missing so much. I mean, I was on the floor with my son, like in a playoff game. That's probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in my career. It was just so cool to be out there with him and his brother and sister and his mom in the building and his grandma. You know, like, that's just insane. You know, like, my mom get to watch her son and her grandson during the playoffs. That's crazy.
Well, look, somewhat of a struggle for LeBron in the first round in recent years since winning that title in the bubble. He's 1-3 in the first round after starting his playoff career 14-0 in the opening round, but a Game 1 win is a good start to turning that around, obviously. All right, Perk, so look, we mentioned no KD for the Rockets. Lakers take advantage, but how did LA really control Game 1?
One team was prepared and the other team wasn't. The Lakers were prepared. J.J. Redick outcoached Ime Udoka tonight. Okay. His game plan was in full effect. It looked like a team that had been in the film room, on the floor, studying what they were going to do offensively and defensively. When you look at the synergy that they played with on the offensive end, LeBron setting the tone with the double-digit assists early in the game. 3 or 4 of them was to DeAndre Ayton to build his confidence up. Defensively, they stuck to their principles. Hey, you know what we're going to do? We know that the Rockets are one of the worst shooting three-point shooting teams in the league. We're going to pack the damn paint and bet that you can't knock down outside shots. And we're going to value the basketball, not turn over the ball so y'all can't get in transition.
And they did all those things.
By the way, the Lakers shot 61% too. Didn't hurt things either in the Game 1 win. We go from L.A. to New York. Hawks and Knicks, Game 1 from MSG. Knicks won 53 games during the regular season, trying to snap a 52-year championship drought. Perk, how would you describe the way Jalen Brunson looked for his early?
Well, first of all, his name is Big Body Brunson, especially in these moments. 3-level scorer, man. He understands the moment. He lived for these moments right here. And you could just tell he wasn't waiting on anybody to set the tone. He came out and set the tone early in the first quarter, had that crucial 19 to, put some confidence in his ball team.
Most by any Knick in the opening quarter of any playoff game. As for Atlanta, CJ McCollum was dynamite.
Yeah, look, he got away with the travel, but
Everybody
he still was cooking. Yeah, but he was cooking. Yeah, can I have this dance?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
26 in all for McCollum, and then closing seconds of the first half, Onyeka Okongwu, one of his 4 threes.
Hey, look, one thing he did this season is he expanded his game to knock down 3-point shots.
Why couldn't the Hawks stop Karl Anthony Towns in the fourth?
Because he's such a hard cover. When you talk about one of the best shooting bigs to ever play the game of basketball, you have to respect his outside shooting. And when you recover and try to build out, he's so skilled. He takes you off the dribble, but he was just feeling it tonight all across the board. 25
points, 8 rebounds. Brunson and the Knicks take game 1, 113-102.
The longer we're obviously on the court together, our chemistry is better. I think we've grown as teammates, we've grown as friends, and it's contributing to the way we're playing.
I'm not at the Josh level yet, but we working.
Josh is not a friend.
The friendship is growing between these two, not quite at Josh Hart's level. Second postseason together, Cat and Brunson have tied Ewing and Starks for the most 25-point games by any duo in Knicks history with 4. This was also Brunson's 29th 25-point game in the playoffs as a Knicks. That's tied with Clyde Frazier for the second most, behind only Patrick Ewing. Perk, you get 29 from Jalen Brunson on the game. Didn't score late, but 19 of 25 in the second half from Karl Anthony Towns. How did those two take over the game late?
Well, again, we know Big Body Brunson is the best player on the squad, but Karl Anthony Towns is the most important. And when you saw in the second half, when he got going, all of a sudden they started to build that double-digit lead. Because Karl Anthony Towns is a guy that is emotional, right? Karl Anthony Towns is a guy that needs to feel love. And once you get him involved in the offense, then you're going to get the best version of him defensively. He had 3 blocks on the night. We saw it was plays throughout the course of this game where he was being switched out on pick and rolls and being able to guard smaller guards. And then he played with that tenacity, that passion. In my opinion, they don't have not one single person that could stop Karl Anthony Towns or even come close to guarding him in this series. They have to continue to keep featuring him if they want to get through this series in great fashion.
I mean, he's a matchup problem for a lot of guys in the league, but especially that roster there in Atlanta. So the percolator, that's what we call you now?
Yeah, I like it. I just got to come up with a wrestling move.
All right, well, speaking of WrestleMania, how about we go to it? First night of WrestleMania. All right, let's take it back to the NBA playoffs. The Nuggets and the Timberwolves trading jumpers for the 3rd time in the last 4 postseasons. There's the Joker, but it was Jamal Murray who was playing the defense like a game of chess in this one. How about that little hezzy into the reverse from the baseline? Nuggets up 4 here in the 3rd against a 9-point game, and then Jamal does that. Hit a game-high 30 points, the 20th 30-point playoff game of his career. At the other end, oh, what is going on right there? Jaden McDaniels got hit in the face by Joker. He makes the bucket, then he pushes Joker. He's upset. Aaron Gordon comes in. Like, yo, don't be doing that. Let's show you one more time. Now, whether he got hit in the face or not is fine. Inadvertent could be, but that little push is not going to be accepted. He received a technical. So right before the end of the 3rd, Murray to Joker, little floater. So it was a 12-point lead for Denver going to the 4th. Ant-Man, somewhat of a pedestrian game for him. Works off the screen here, knocks down the triple. Team high 22, 7 of 19 shooting. It made it just a 4-point game, but Joker had the competition paying the price. That bucket and foul over Rudy Gobert. He would knock down the free throw that pushed the lead to 5. And then off the turnover, Joker to Bruce Brown. The 23rd playoff triple-double for Joker, 25, 13, and 11. Denver wins at 116-105. 13th straight win for them dating back to the regular season. But, yo, Ant-Man, what about it?
I was just telling the guys when it was like 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, like, we good. It's game one. Like I said, they did their job. They won the first game on that floor. We would have loved to win the first game and, you know, ruffle some feathers. But they came out and competed at a high level and did their job. So we should be ready next game to come out here and do what we got to do to get a win.
I think you've ever won a series, though, when you've lost game one. So is that, I guess, the next challenge for you in your career here?
I never knew that, but I don't really care. Yeah, so it's a long series. It's first to win 4 games, not 1, so it's cool.
One thing Anthony Edwards doesn't care about history or trends or any of that stuff. He thinks he's going to win every time the next time. Well, how about this, though? If you are ever in some type of category and you're tied with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, you can feel yourself. That's fine. Joker and Murray tied with the Bulls Hall of Fame duo for the most playoff games, with each producing 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Denver's top twosome combined to score assists on nearly 80% of the Nuggets' points in Game 1.
Incredible company.
All right, back to the NBA hardwood. Cavs hosting the Raptors, Game 1 of their first-round matchup. Donovan Mitchell came in with 8 straight 30-point games in postseason series openers. That's the longest streak in NBA history. And he was like, yo, y'all see my stats. You know what I'm about. Pull up 3, ties the game at 31. Final seconds of the first quarter. Spider with the steal, pushes, and how about that look right there to Max Strus? I say look because there was no look. It was a no-look pass for the dime, 35-31 going to the second. James Harden to Evan Mobley. Oh, Mobley doing him dirty than laundry. Cavs with a 7-point lead at the break. In the third quarter, Strus starts going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Gets the roll on that 3. Then he got greedy, knocks down another one. He scored 8 straight points in the third. Scored 24. That's a playoff career high for him. And then Spider was like, yo, can I get a taste? Yes, you can. He had 32. 13th 30-point playoff game with Cleveland. And then Harden to Spider. They combined to score or assist on 82 of the Cavs' points. They win at 126-113.
You try to, be aggressive. You try to have your imprint on the game. And, I think the biggest thing for game 2 is just understanding that it's going to be even tougher. It may be grab and hold more. It may be press more. It may be whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you just be ready for anything. And that's not just this series. It's every series I've been in, just being ready for whatever's. And that's not just me. It's a team thing as well, right? So just being ready for whatever comes, and you watch the film and you try to get better.
But for the 8th straight home playoff game, Donovan Mitchell scored 30 or more points. That ties him with Jordan, the logo, Jerry West, and another Hall of Famer, Bob Pettit, for the 3rd longest streak in postseason history. They're right behind Wilt Chamberlain and, the reigning league MVP, SGA.